Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Obviously, we got special guests down below. Instagram handle is next up _70. Also goes Banksy. Thank you for coming on, my man. We got a lot to talk about. Obviously, if you look at his Instagram, whole lot of Cowboys, all about
Yeah,
Cowboys. We got
yeah,
that
sure.
started. Little housekeeping though on the show. There will be no more Bears talk for the remainder of the season though. So I'm gonna take this off real quick. Get that
Watch
out
them
of the
go
way.
like on a 5-yard winning streak.
No more Bear talk. Boycotting that until things change. First and foremost, Brett, how are you doing?
Jake, I'm doing good. We had a nice show yesterday. Tech issues kind of put a little bit of a damper on it, but overall it was a really good show. A lot of fun watching football yesterday. Lots of good games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We
A lot of
will
surprises.
yeah, we will we'll touch on some of those. All I know is that Jake, it was good watching a little football with you yesterday, buddy, and Kevin Hine and Fish and Dunk Sr. and all the boys. It was a good time, and I'm excited to be talking with you and next up 70 today. It's gonna be a
Yes,
good
sir.
time.
Yes, sir. Now let's get right into this right away. Obviously, you're a Cowboys fan. You got a pretty big game tonight, divisional rival. Would you say that the Eagles are your biggest? Like you hate the Eagles the most? Would you say that? Is that correct?
I hate anybody that's not wearing a Cowboys jersey.
Damn, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Love
But
that.
you got a big game tonight.
It,
You got a big game tonight, divisional game. So what are we
well,
going off of here? What are we thinking?
well, let's see. We had obviously the Cowboys have a lot of firepower on offense. Dak has a lot of weapons to choose from with CeeDee Lamb. Even though Gallup is hurt, you still got Cedric Wilson. You still got Noah Brown. Obviously Amari Cooper. If need be, you can throw Zeke back there and he can throw some screen passes. Then you got Tony Pollard with that 1-2 punch. And from what I've seen so far, our offensive line is looking great. We have Leo Collins, who apparently suspended for 5 games. It was actually down to 2, but I guess he tried to bribe somebody. Like she tried to bribe the drug tester, the drug tester.
Yeah.
So now it's back to 5 games, but we got Terrence Steele, who's improved a lot. He held Defensive Rookie of the Year Joey Bosa to 0 pressures and 0 sacks and 0 tackles all game. So
Which is hard to do.
Which is very hard to do on someone of Joey Bosa's caliber. As someone who's watched him at Ohio State, I should know. But on the defensive front, we had Michael Parsons starting at defensive end. He actually had the highest grade out of all defensive rookies. He also had, I think he was the only rookie to have a sack, a QB pressure, and something else in the same game. But the thing I'm most worried about is obviously Devonta Smith. He's been cooking since he was at Alabama. Him and Trayvon Diggs actually played together. So I want to know how that matchup is going to go. As long as Anthony Brown isn't covering Devonta, I'm fine. Because we all know how lackluster Anthony Brown's coverage is. Which leads me to another point. Our secondary has 4 interceptions right now. And at this time last year, I don't think we even had one. I don't even think we had a takeaway at all. So there's that. We got DeMonte Casey, we've got Diggs, Brown, we've got Booker from the Colts. That's a big addition. Our linebacker core is looking pretty decent. We got Keanu Neal. Unfortunately, he's out with because of COVID protocol. But you also got Jalen Smith. You got Van Der Esch, who I think has improved a lot since the 2020 season, even though he hasn't been able to play much due to his neck injury. No, he's playing like a man possessed, and I just hope we continue that mean streak.
For sure. And you're going against, like I said, the divisional opponent. They've played against the Falcons, they played against the 49ers, they absolutely demolished the Falcons. They had a nice close game with the 49ers, who, is one of the top tiers of the NFC. But they got a lot of they've had a good, decent show out, with Jalen Hurts, and then you got obviously the Heisman winner, Devontae Smith, Zach Ertz. So they got some star power over there. But I totally
Definitely.
agree with you. I think this is a totally different. I think it's a totally different Cowboys team when you have Dak at the helm of it, and they're way more explosive for sure. They're way more
You know,
explosive.
you'd have Dak at the helmet, and a lot of people don't give him enough credit, which I find crazy because if you think about it, look at the quarterbacks that have gone before him. You had Jared Goff. You had, I believe, not Johnny Manziel. You had Paxton Lynch, Carson Wentz. And out of all the QBs in the 2016 draft class, Dak Prescott is the only one who got paid a huge lump sum of cash. B is still on the same team that drafted him, and C, he's on pay. If he keeps playing like he has been, I think he could have a 5,500-yard season, give or take a few yards.
He slings it. They get yards. He's a yard-eating machine. That's all he does, and I love it. Like, to be honest with you, the Cowboys' offense is awesome to watch, and it's fun to watch when it's going well.
When
Obviously,
it's
we
going
all know
well.
shit happens. Yeah, shit happens. You know what I mean?
Oh
So,
boy.
like you said, it's gonna start with that offensive line, but you guys got that star power, and I don't think you guys been
Oh,
healthy
definitely.
enough in the past couple of years to really show what's been going on. If you guys stay healthy, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you guys are going to the Super Bowl. A really good contention on them playoffs, though, especially if it's
Yeah.
health. It's health. That's the main thing. With the
Yeah.
broken leg, they're going the opposite way. Zeke, his knees, ankles, all that stuff going on.
Oh, don't mention that. That makes me. Ew.
I got you. I won't.
Yeah, and I mean, Jake, like you guys, like you've been saying, the Cowboys haven't really been fully healthy, and it'll be
Right.
really interesting to see what this team looks like this year. I think like by week 7, week 8, they're kind of going to get everyone back, and I think this team. I picked them to make the playoffs before the year. I still believe in my prediction. I think something that I obviously think the Cowboys have improved on is late in the game. You look at that Chargers game. That's a game
Because
where that's the game where the Cowboys usually screw it up and
Yeah.
don't win it somehow. And they ended up winning it. Zerline obviously makes a terrific field goal. Dak gets him down
preach.
there. That's unbelievable. I think the
And
Cowboys are a very improved team this year. And I think you saw that week 1. You saw that improve in week 2. Now let's see that carry over in week 3 to an even better performance against the Philadelphia Eagles, who, by the way, is a team that you're fighting with in the division. You
Yeah.
guys are all
definitely.
kind of bunched up there in the division. So this is a huge game for Dallas. And I think they get the job done tonight, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Now, I tend to be neutral when it comes to games like these because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Uh, what 2019 we lost to the 0-4 with the 0-8 Jets, and everybody was expecting us to beat them because of how we started the season. Scoring 30 points a game to now we're barely able to score 10. We ended up scoring 22, but that's besides the point. But this year, the Cowboys, I think, are a all around team now because in the past, they would get down, they would stop playing, they would argue amongst themselves, and you know they would try to make adjustments in the second half, but by then it was already too late. You know, like for example, the 2020 season when we played the Packers, we had got down like 34-3, and in the second half we just started balling. But by then it was like already too late. We had came back from like it was 34-3. We ended up losing what 25, 30, 34, something like
I
that.
think it was 34-24. Green Bay.
34-24. And if we can fight like that from start to finish, I think we piss a lot of people off. Sorry. Sorry, let me rephrase that. If we can play the way we play in the second half last year from start to finish, I think we can win many more games and close many more games out rather than, leaving it in the hands of a kicker, who we don't know. It's like that with every kicker. A lot of people
Yeah.
say kickers are automatic, but take, for example, you can have somebody like David Akers. Dan Bailey.
Cody Parkey. Double doink.
Cody Parkey. Double doinked it. You never know. But you always try and strike. See, my philosophy back when I was playing football was you strike early and you strike often.
Yes, sir.
You know, you try and take their heart on the first play. You know, and you got to want it. I think this Cowboy team actually wants it because, you know, a lot of people were speculating when DeMarcus Lawrence got paid, yeah, he quit on us. When Ezekiel Elliott got paid, they thought he quit on us. When Jalen Smith got paid, he regressed. But, you know, they look good. They look dang good right now, and I just hope they continue that mean streak. Now,
Well,
go ahead.
Well, and I think too, getting back to your point about DeMarcus Lawrence, that dude looked like a man amongst boys week 1, and I thought that he was kind of set up for like a real good bounce back season.
And then he
And
got
I
hurt. I'm
think,
like, oh.
and then he gets hurt, and I'm like, oh my god, like this dude DeMarcus Lawrence looked like he was about to ball out this year. I don't know, is he expected to return this year, or is he done for the season?
He is expected to return.
Okay,
I believe he just went through surgery or is set to go for surgery real soon.
yeah,
And I
so
think he
probably
returns like early, middle November.
okay,
I'm
okay.
looking
Don't
up
quote
right
me
now.
on that. But
Yeah, I mean, but that's huge again because you're talking about the Cowboys who are in the NFC East, which I don't think it's going to take a lot of wins to win that division to begin with. So you talk about you get kind of a division lead, you get the Marcus Lawrence back for kind of that stretch run heading into the playoffs. I think this Dallas Cowboy team could be making some moves.
oh yeah, definitely. And no disrespect to
Six,
the Eagles, because you know they looked impressive these last couple these couple weeks.
yeah,
Um, but it really comes down to execution. You know, that's how every game comes down to. You know, whether you can score point. See, that was our problem of week 1. We couldn't score when we got in the red zone. We were missing easy points. You can't leave no points on the table if you can go get them. You get them. Now I don't know. I think I'm looking at a 27-24 game. I really think it's going to come down to who who has the ball last, and B, who controls the clock best. If a team can control the clock, it's over.
yeah. Yeah, and I agree with that kind of score. And Jake did actually find Lawrence will miss 6 to 8 weeks with his injury, so
Broken foot. Yeah, broken foot.
that'll probably put him around the week 10 to 12 range, something like that, probably for return,
Yeah.
which is pretty solid. You know, he'll be able to be back for that stretch run. But yeah, I agree. I think this game's going to be in the mid to high 20s. I think it'll be a close game. Dallas and Philly games are always tight down to the wire. I think the difference in this game is I always talk about it, Banksy, where with the quarterbacks, I'm always looking at who's better. I'll
Yeah.
take Dak over Jalen Hurts. So I like
I
the
don't know,
Cowboys. I
man.
like the Cowboys close.
Well, the only reason why I take that is because A, he's been in the league longer.
Okay.
B, he was killing it. He was killing it in 2020. You know, he
Right.
has 8 400-yard games. You know who he has more games than that? He has more 400-yard games than, believe it or not, Tom Brady. He has more 400-yard games than Patrick Mahomes, and I think it was like 5. Not Tom Brady. It was
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. It was Aaron Rodgers. I'm just like, well, damn. Aaron Rodgers has been in the league for a while, and he's got like what 80. They showed it last night. He has like 80,165 passing yards.
Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, good lord. And I thought Tony Romo was doing something with his 34,000.
Hey, shout out to Tony Romo. He grew up where we are from. He grew up from where we're from. So we know all about Tony Romo. So we got a little bit of a connection there with the Cowboys. So shout out to Tony Romo. He went to our rival school back in the day. So there you go. A little trivia for you. But no, I totally agree with you. Dak can sling the rock, and we all know that. Hopefully they stay healthy. Hopefully they can get it going because, no offense, no one wants to admit this. When the Cowboys are doing good, that's probably when football is doing good because everybody, no offense, hates the Cowboys. So it's always a discussion to talk about, and that will be blasting on ESPN, all NFL Network. So it's probably a good thing in disguise. Just saying.
Hey, Jake, on our Sunday show too, man. That when the Cowboys are doing good, it just adds another topic, another dimension for discuss and stuff like that.
And it's always a heated debate.
Oh, yeah, the discussions are always good.
And usually when we win, I always look forward to watching the Stephen A. show. It's usually real quiet to begin the show. He kind of. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
Oh, fuck them Cowboys.
Yeah, where's that cowboy hat stuff? I love that stuff. That stuff gets me. I like it.
When he played that wearing the Saints back in 2018, I about lost it. I'm like, oh no, he didn't.
But see, like, here's the cool thing. You're not a bandwagon Cowboys fan, which when we talked 5 minutes ago, you said since 86, I believe.
86.
So yeah, that's the cool thing.
Let me rephrase that. I was born in 86, but my dad used to whip my behind if I used to say the E word, the R word, or the G word. Eagles, Redskins, or Giants. I could not say that word in his house. But in 1989, when Jimmy Johnson first took over, I was 3, and my dad sat me down. I think we were playing the Eagles, and I think it was it was so long ago. But I want to say it was, I can't think of the receiver's name. But all I know is he wore 80. I want to say he wore 84, and he caught a bomb from, I think it was Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman?
No.
Probably, yeah.
And my dad was like, "See, son, that's who you need to root for." And that was the year we went like 1-15. I'm like, "Oh God."
Hell yeah! Would it be Jay Novak?
Yep, it was Jay Novacek. Matter of fact, and he was actually my favorite player before Jason Witten took over because they were. I thought they were one of the same person. Yeah, I was like, wait, when did Jay Novacek return back to the? I'm like, oh wait, he wears 84, 82. He wears 84, and he's retired. Wait a minute.
But, no, I love Jason Witten, especially his commentary is very good. Obviously, had a very good NFL career. I love his commentary. I love Tony Romo's commentary too. I think he adds another element, and I think those two pair well.
Let's just hope it's a cramp, right?
What's up?
I said, let's just hope it's a cramp, right?
Hey, Tony Romo's actually doing the Packers-Steelers game this weekend, Jake.
I hope they both lose. I hope they end in the tie. Oh, I can't stand either of them.
Banksy, you got to go for the Packers, man. Go Pack, go.
Hell no. Fuck the Pack.
I'd rather jump butt naked in the Arctic Ocean than cheer for the Packers or the Steelers.
Damn. Hey, it's all fun, man. It's all fun.
But no,
I hate the Packers. I absolutely hate them.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah.
But my fandom actually solidified in '93. No, I want to say it was either '92 or '93. But Emmitt Smith hurt his shoulder, and it was against the Seahawks, and he still ran for like 175 yards and 2 scores. I'm like, he did that with he did that with his running shoulder, I might add. You know, how many people do you know that can play with a broken ligament? But well, I know I'm getting off topic here, but Isaiah Thomas, he did the same thing. He had broken his his left leg when they played the was it the Lakers or the Bulls?
Twisted his ankle in the finals against the Lakers.
In finals against the Lakers, and he dropped like 25 points in a single half. I'm like, what?
Yep.
And he's hobbling down the court. I'm just like, do you want to come? You might want to come out. Call time out.
I got you.
That's what really made me become a fan of Dallas. So technically, I've really been a fan since '89, 89 going forward. But it's been in my blood since '86 by force. So
I got you. But hey, I'll spin this round to your because I think it's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie, I think it's pretty impressive of what you have created. I think is a good way to put it. Is the next up underscore 70? Whole monologue thing about you, Banksy. I'll just give quick information about you. You have over 1,000 posts. I'm just gonna say 30,000 followers. And you post like memes, you post cool edits, you post cool like funny things. I think it's pretty cool, trades and alerts and trending kind of things. Like, how did you get that started? What's it about? Like, how did you do it?
well, believe it or not, I kind of started this page as a joke.
Okay.
It was actually my personal account, and I was like, you know what? I'm 35. Why not? What could go wrong? So I made my first post. It was a Dak Prescott post when he first got drafted, and I think it got like 6,000 likes or something like that. No, it was a Jabril Peppers
Oh,
swap to the Cowboys, and it got like 2,000 likes, and I'm like, oh, I've never really gotten that many likes before. So, and I did again, and it got more likes. So next thing you know, 5 years later, bam, here we are.
it,
And I'm just
it's
like,
impressive, man. It's super impressive. It's super cool. Like I was saying, and I think it's pretty cool because it's just the Cowboys. It's not like you're doing all NFL teams. It's not like you're doing like all sports. It's just one solidified group. And it happens to be the Cowboys. So, you're going to get some hate a little bit, like we've said, but it's pretty
obviously.
cool. It's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very curious because I think they're top tier. Like, you got stuff like this, like your edits. Do you edit these photos or what's up?
I cannot take credit for those. I have a very good slew of friends who make these. Before everybody goes, I do ask them permission, and some of them actually customize them just for me because of who I am and how long I've known them. So
Yo,
I
that's
can't
awesome.
That's
I can't
amazing.
take credit for it. Believe it or not, I've actually had one of my followers have an edit signed by the player himself. His name was Keith Smith. Back when he was with the Cowboys, back in '16, he's with the Falcons now. He's a fullback. We've worked with people who like Brandon Copeland, Shaq Thompson. Dak actually like one of my posts on my backup account, which is Banksy underscore 70. That's more like my meme page. You know how you have like NFL underscore memes, you have NFL memory, guys like that. That's that sort of page. And I've actually gone more viral over there, and I've got 22,000 less followers on there than I do on there. And I've got like a post that has like 236,000 likes or something like that.
Wow.
And it kind of surprised me because in 24 hours it only had 800 likes. So I'm like, okay. So I let it sit and I just forgot about it. And then I look, I'm like, oh, it's at 90,000 likes. And I look today, I'm like, oh, it's at 230,000. So I'm like, hmm.
Holy.
But yeah,
That's awesome, man.
but if you're ever, on that page, give it a follow, give it a like. These guys do. I don't, but I've been a Cowboys fan for as long as I can remember. So
Here, I've been showing some of the funny things and some of the cool edits, seriously, some cool stuff. But I was curious because you kind of like were alluding to it with Dak, giving you like what do you know some notable followers that you have on that page at all? Or
they're not so many as much as followers. Let's see. Jalen Smith pops up there every once in a while. Um,
cool.
Keanu Neal actually liked the post once. Back when he was with the Cowboys, Savion Smith. Uh, they don't play for the Cowboys, but I actually grew up. Uh, Malik Harrison, he's a linebacker for the Ravens. I actually watched him growing up. Uh, he knows me. He knows who I am. Chase Young. He actually
Oh
went into my
wow.
place. Yeah, that dude's massive. That dude's
That's
massive
a
in person.
grown ass man. That is a grown ass
That's a
man.
grown ass man. I think he was a junior or sophomore that year, and it was the year we went. Well, I'm a Buckeye fan too. I've been a Buckeye fan since.
Yes.
I've been,
Yes, Banksy, me too, man.
I've been a Buckeye
OH,
fan since.
OH.
I know, baby. I've been a Buckeye fan since. Oh Lord, since we're talking at the tail end of. No, at the very beginning of the Jim Tressel era, with Maurice Claret, Ted Ginn, and those guys, Benny Wells, Zach Bourne, Golston. Uh, Actually, speaking of the Buckeyes, my friend, actually my stepfather, uh, he was actually friends with Terry Glenn growing up, former Cowboy former Cowboy Patriot who recently passed away in a car accident. Very unfortunate. He also grew up with a man by the name of Bobby Carpenter, who also played for the Buckeyes and played for the Cowboys. Yeah, believe it or not, I know Zeke. I actually ran into Zeke's dad at the Cowboys
Oh,
Lions game last year. He was wearing, I'll never forget it, he was wearing a camouflaged, custom made Zeke jersey. And I went to go, mess with him, like, oh, nice jersey. He turns around and I'm like, oh, that Mr. Elliott. Turns out he was looking for somebody to tailgate with, and I ended up tailgating with the Elliots. So go figure.
whoa, that's
Yo,
dope.
that's awesome.
That's dope.
So if you're ever in Dallas, Texas, they can throw down. Trust me.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Probably how I gained 50 pounds. No, I'm kidding. Actually lost 50 pounds. I'm not trying to gain it all back. Trust me.
Congrats, good stuff, good stuff.
But yeah, running this Instagram page, being how as old as I am, being 35, and thinking that you're too old to run it. That's not true. I know people that are double my age. I know somebody who's like 64 running a TikTok account, doing tic tac dances and doing all of this. And see, I sound like an old man. I know it's TikTok. I'm saying tic tac on purpose. Piss
I
off any
got you. I got you.
millennials in here. I can't really talk. I'm 35, but
You good.
but yeah, Instagram it can be a safe place. I mean, it has its rough patches, for people who are new to the internet. But I've been around since typewriters apparently, so nothing can really get under my skin. I grew up in the South. I stayed in the South side of Alabama. Yeah, you know how Alabama gets. I ain't gonna go into too much detail on that, but so I got fairly thick skin. So for someone like me, it's a pastime for me. It's a form of entertainment. But it's a lot of younger people who don't understand that there's a life outside of Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, and it's pretty fun once you go out and explore it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can make money off of it, but and a lot of people say, well, I'll never get big. Trust me, there was a lot of big names. Steve Jobs thought it out of his garage. Bill Gates, I think he was living in his car when he had the idea to invent Microsoft. Don't quote me on that. I don't know how true that is. Jeff Bezos, everybody has a beginning. Nobody's born rich overnight unless your name is, unless you're a part of the Gates family. But take PewDiePie for example. I'm pretty sure you guys know who PewDiePie is. Massive
Yes,
YouTuber. He has about 110 million subscribers right now. There was once a time where he had just, he had like 300 subscribers. How many subscribers do you guys have?
almost
So like,
200.
there was a time where he had less than 100 subscribers. Jacksepticeye. There was a time where he was living in the middle of. Am I allowed to cuss on here?
Yeah, go for it.
He was living in the middle of nowhere, in the forest, in a cabin, in the woods, with like him, his mom, and his dog. And look at where he's at now. So anybody can do it at any time. There's a there's a 65-year-old lady. I forget her name, but she's on TikTok and she has like 175,000 followers, and nobody expected her to do. It just goes to show you that anything is possible and anything can happen with a little hard work and dedication. That's all. That's all that is. You know, a lot of
That's
people ask me
facts.
how. A lot of people ask me how I got to where I'm at. Grind, grind. I know it sounds so cliche because I quote unquote haven't made, but I'm not done growing. This is just the tip of the iceberg for me. You know,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of people. I told this one guy, if he's watching this, I don't know. His name is Cowboys.szn. Cowboys season, and he wants to give up, but I'm just like, dude, you have it right there. You have it right there. You just gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me. Getting likes is not easy. you know, getting traction is not easy, especially when you're starting fresh.
Yeah.
And but things will go well for you if you just keep at it and keep practicing at it. And now look at me now. I got 6,000 on one account and 20 almost 30,000 on another. I didn't expect to get there. I made this account as a joke, as a hobby, and now look where it's at. I'm at 28,825 followers, and on my other page, I just hit 6,050 when I was just at what I was at 2,000 to start the season. So I
Wow.
mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like
the start of the season probably helps out a lot because it gets it like people
oh
are
my,
like watching it, promoting it.
Yeah.
That stuff in their chant or their feed goes like crazy. I bet during it. I bet you're very grateful for it, and
oh,
I'm
I'm so
assuming,
grateful. A lot of
yeah,
people. I know that I know. I might as well be on TEDx and doing TED Talk, but a lot of people take Instagram for granted, and it's kind of funny because I have a friend. I'm not going to say his name,
yeah,
but he was relatively popular. He had about 75,000 subscribers. He got like 8,000 likes on every post, and when I asked him for help, he didn't give it to me.
that's pretty cool. Duenkel, I think I really like this guy, man. He's real high energy. I
Yeah.
think you should be doing the TikToks. I think Banksy, you should be doing the TikToks, my man. I think you should. I think you'd get some followers, and I think you'd make some funny content. To be honest with you.
Yeah. And I think Jake, I love what he said in there. I mean, what he was saying about his page is really cool. How he was talking about how it started. It started as
Yeah,
like kind of a joke type deal, and look
yeah.
where he is now. And I think honestly, bro, it makes me want to grind even harder now
Yes,
because
sir.
it's
Here,
like,
while we have Banksy out, you want to do a quick recap of the 49ers Packers game, and I'll do a quick one of the Chargers and Chiefs game real quick,
yeah, sure, we could do that.
and see if he comes back in. Once he comes back in,
Packers
we'll finish him up. All right.
Packers 49ers. It was a wonderful game. It was
Yes, sir.
amazing. It was great watching with all the boys. I think that was about my favorite part of the night, honestly. Not even that the Packers won, just getting to hang out with the boys and have a really good time. And Jake, couple takeaways from that game. The Packers, they got into the octagon with the 49ers and they fought their ass off. They didn't play finesse football for once. I was very impressed with Green Bay. I picked Green Bay. I was optimistic, but at the same time, it's kind of like, we've struggled with San Fran a lot, especially at their place.
Yep.
Even dating back to the Jim Harbaugh days and the 2012, 2011 days, we struggled. So I think that the big thing here, Jake, is Green Bay won this game. The Niners looked all right. I thought it was horrible clock management. You got to try and get that clock down to as low as possible because you got that man Aaron Rodgers on the other sideline, and I'll be honest, Jake. There's never a doubt for me. I figured the Packers were going to get in field goal range, and once they did, I mean Mason Crosby, one of the most reliable field goal kickers in the game, drills a 51 yarder. through the heart of San Francisco, and the Packers go to 2-1, and their next 4 games are looking very favorable. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. San Fran's a good team too. I think this could be a matchup in the postseason at some point down the line. But
Yes, sir.
since Green Bay won, I feel like it'll be at Lambeau. But Jake, Chargers, Chiefs, thoughts?
Chargers Chiefs, obviously another divisional game. You have the bad boy Chiefs versus the Chargers, up and coming. Surprised or not, Chargers pulled it out. They won. I mean, I think that was pretty cool. Little comeback action, little David meets Goliath at the end there. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes throws the interception to seal the deal for the victory. That's something uncharacteristic of him. You probably won't see that very much this season. Final score of 30-24. Throughout this whole game, it was pretty much like, okay, when are the Chiefs going to turn it on? When are they going to do it? Third quarter, that's when you start to see it a little bit. 14 points, obviously. Justin Herbert, though, I think he might be a little undervalued, to be honest with you. He went 26 for 38, my bad. Almost throwing for 300 yards. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. That was pretty cool. And then on the flip side, you had Patrick Mahomes going 27 for 44, about 260. He had 2 interceptions that game, obviously, like I spoke on the last one. I think this is more of hey, let's wake up, Chiefs. You got to get back in the action, get going. Andy Reid, unfortunately, had to be taken to the hospital at the end of this game with some precautious things. Probably sweating out these games here. They're at the last of their division at 1-2. The rest of them are sitting at 3-0 and 2-1, which is pretty cool. You got the Raiders, the Broncos, obviously the Chiefs, or the Chargers and the Chiefs. This just in this today that a wide receiver in the name of Gordon will be joining the Chiefs powerhouse of wide receivers. So you got to see that coming into play. I just think you got to give time for the Chiefs to get farther into their game, get in the swing of things. Obviously, they had a heartbreak loss in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be worried about it, but that'd be pretty cool. Banksy, what's up, man? Oh, you cut out a little bit there. We were just giving our takes real quick, and we'll have you gone like 3 minutes. I don't know if you want to do it, but we'll ask you if you want to give a score prediction for tonight's game, Cowboys versus Eagles, and then if you have any last words, and then that'd be it, my man. What's up?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna give you some extra credit. I think I am going to break down every position, and let's see which team has better what. So quarterback, unbiasedly, I'm going to say Dak Prescott. So I'm gonna give this one to the Cowboys. Offensive line. They have just saw on the news. The Eagles left tackle Jordan Mailata. Is that how you say his name? He's out. So they're gonna have like a replacement, and so I'm gonna give that to us. Defensive line, I'm gonna say that's a tie. Because you have Ryan Kerrigan on the Eagles now. You have Brandon Graham is hurt. Graham is hurt. I forgot about that. Ooh. Oh, dang. So I was going to say it's a tie, but seeing that, a lot of their key players are hurt, I'm going to give that one to us. Secondary, I'm going to go with them. Actually, I'm going to say that one's a tie. Wide receiving core, I'm going to go us. Special teams, I'm going to go us. Linebackers, I'm going to go us. But if I had to give a score prediction, my final score prediction, I don't know who's going to win it. Like I said, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. I'm looking for a 27-24, 31-28 type game. So I'm going to say 27-24 or 31-28. It's one of those.
I believe you're right.
I'm not certain.
I think you'd be right. It's a divisional game. I think both these offenses have a really good chance. Obviously, I'd bank more on the Cowboys. I'm going to be really interested in seeing how the Eagles play, especially with Jalen Hurts. I don't know if I really trust that whole thing. I think they've been lucky, to be honest with you. Like you can see, I got Cowboys win 33-20. I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna control the whole game. To be honest with you, both sides of the ball. Dunkel, who you got? Who do you got? When you had Cowboys, I'm assuming too. Dunkel, I think I saw that up there.
Yeah, Cowboys 28-23. I mean, I just think that Dak Prescott and his offense.
48-43?
Nah, 28-23 Cowboys.
Oh, 28-23. I was like, good Lord, if we can score 48 points, we're looking like the Buccaneers.
Hell yeah, shout out to Tom Brady for sure. I love that. But
Shout
I
out,
know he's not too happy about
hey,
last week.
hey, Jake,
Well, not last week,
shout
but the
out
Rams game.
shout out to Matty Stafford though.
I'm not even worried
Matt
about it.
Stafford. A lot of people were saying that Matthew Stafford sucks, and I try to keep telling people that if you give Matthew Stafford a half decent team, he's going to cook. And nobody, no, he just sucks. He's not a good quarterback. I said, dude, he was putting up 5,000 yards with Calvin Johnson alone. With
That's
just
true.
Calvin Johnson by himself.
That's
And now
true.
you got people like Deshaun Jackson, Cam Akers, who's recently hurt. But you got, you got Cooper Kupp, Taylor Higbee. You got so many weapons on the offense. Matthew Stafford's probably in the Willy Wonka chocolate factory going, oh, many choices, many choices. He's salivating right now. He's salivating right now because he has all these offensive weapons to choose from. Meanwhile, in Detroit, I don't even think he had an offensive line. So yeah, and a lot of people trying to say it was Matthew Stafford. You see now that it's not Matthew Stafford because they're not doing much better with Jared Goff, are they? I mean, they're able to score more points, but are they able to win more games?
I don't believe so. No, I don't
No.
believe so.
No, I mean Stafford's good. He's solid. That was obviously a fun game yesterday.
Definitely. I can't believe I watched that whole game. I watched the whole entire game from the tailgate party to the OT. I watched that entire game from start to finish. And I only watch Cowboys games from start to finish, but I watched the Niners and Packers game from start to finish too. And Jimmy Garoppolo can play. A lot of people were saying that Trey Lance is going to come in as this. Oh yeah, a lot of people were saying Trey Lance is going to come in and take his spot. Right, like, there is a reason that Jimmy Garoppolo made the Super Bowl. There is a reason, albeit he won the Super Bowl behind Tom Brady. He's Jimmy G for a reason.
I totally agree with you.
Forget that,
I totally agree with you. I believe 100% Jimmy G is the right quarterback for the 49ers, especially I don't understand the whole Trey Lance thing. Banksy, I feel like the two of us and Dunk as well, we could talk sports with you for as long as humanly possible. You're a very knowledgeable guy. You obviously have a fantastic page with amazing edits, funny content too. I do laugh at those memes, by the way. So keep making those memes so I can laugh. If you ever think about making an NFL page for memes, let me know because I love that stuff. But we'd love to have you on again. Obviously, like I said, you know a lot about your Cowboys. You know a lot about the NFL. So, we'd love to have you on again.
You have to when people say, when you tell people you've seen 3 Super Bowls, you kind of have to be knowledgeable in the NFL, period.
Yep. Yeah, so, I've been blessed to see a couple of my lifetime. And hopefully the Buccaneers can do it for me again. And who knows, maybe the Cowboys can get you into the playoffs. And that's it. That's all I want for the Cowboys. But
honestly, at this point, I would settle for an 11-win season.
Could see
seeing that the Cowboys went 6-10 last year, a lot of people were hurt. Our catalyst in the offense was hurt. A lot of our main, offensive linemen were hurt. Our main. How did the segment go? It was a dumpster fire inside of a hot mess. It was on the news. It was a hot mess inside of a dumpster fire on top of what the hell that it was bad. But seeing now that we don't have as many people hurt, we have a lot of, we have CeeDee Lamb, Cooper, Jarwin. We have Blake Jarwin back. Thank God. Yep. We have Dalton Schultz. We have options. Dak has options. And I'm just real happy about that. So
I'm happy for you, my man. I'm happy for you. But we're gonna close it out right here. We're at that 45-minute marks. We're gonna close it out. Thank you very much for joining us. Really, we really appreciate it, especially the quick notice, my man. You're quick with the sticks with it, my man. Thank you very much. But no, seriously, thank you again, Banksy. The pleasure was all
Someone
ours.
who's been playing since the Tecmo Bowl, you gotta have quick fingers.
I got
Yeah,
you. But
and
seriously, thank you.
Banksy, we'd love to
But
have you on again soon, man. This video should be up tonight at some point. Just gonna edit it up real quick, get a thumbnail together, all that good stuff. We do on Monday nights, we do a little live show with some of the college football coaches, some college football players. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So if
Yeah.
if you're free before the Cowboys game, check that out. We're starting it up around probably 6:10, something like that tonight. So yeah,
Okay.
and keep doing your thing with your content, man. I
We'll keep
love it.
doing ours, man. You make us want to grind. We were just
Yes,
talking about it. You makes us want to
yes,
grind, my man.
yes. Thank you, Banksy. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. You guys have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks,
you
you
as
too.
well.
Go Cowboys.
How about them freaking Cowboys?
How about
man?
All right,
See
you guys
man.
have a good one.
Thanks, man.